somebody thought that he could get up at 3:30 and go outside, but he knows that he can't go out until 6:30. So I don't know what that was about. Now I'm going to irritate him by filming my TBR talk while he's taking his little nap. What do you think about that, guy? Fortunately for him, he can sleep through anything. And I've been working on my bullet journal. Spoiler alert, I am moving from the Leuchtturm to the Traveler's Notebook format. I know it's going to throw people off, but you got to do what you got to do. And I did have this desk cleaned up, I swear, but I don't know. These things happen. Okay, let's get this party started. Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books. I am super excited to do my January TBR talk because I love a fresh new start. I just love it. It's just so much fun. I'm anxious to get my stacks over there organized and decide what my first book of the year is going to be. Oh, it's just so much fun. And I finished the lingering read last night at 10 o'clock. So it's truly a fresh start. Like, I know a lot of you had to carry over books into the new year, and that is quite all right. I don't like beans. So that whole pinto bean for good luck thing, I really don't know if I can make myself. But I feel like this new year needs all the help it can get, considering what the last year was like. So I figure I'd better work hard and make sure I had that clean slate with the books. And maybe some of you can eat an extra helping of beans for me. Would you do that? Oh, thank you. That's a Southern tradition. Like, I don't know if it's nationwide. I don't know the tradition because, like I said, beans are not my thing. So I like la 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 when I hear about beans. So if you guys understand about the bean thing, I think it's a Southern thing that you got to eat pinto beans on New Year's Day for good luck. But anyway, so this is actually going to be a dual purpose video. It's going to be the rest of my 2021 goals and plans as far as the bookish world goes, and my TBR talk. I just figured I'd pair those up because I'm going to be talking about all the goals anyway, and I can't wait to do my TBR talk. It needs to happen now. I'm just excited. So, and a few of the projects I've already talked about, and I will link those videos below, and also talk about the planner switch, which I hope to get the planner finished this weekend and post a video about that later this week. So yeah, let's just dive right into the fun times over there. Okay, so the Cloak and Dagger Christmas has got to be put back on the old TBR shelf. Actually, this one goes down here on the TBR shelf. And these two have to go on the cart of chaos because, you know, they've been around a while. So what do we have here? Okay, so this whole stack, that was nice. This whole stack is my Cuba project that I've already posted a video about that I will link below. So basically I'm just reading Cuban fiction and nonfiction in January. I pick a focus month every year. I pick a focus region for the month of January every year. So, and I'm going to put the buddy read ones on the front end here. Yeah. Okay, so then these are for the Book Naturalists book club that I announced a few weeks ago. So I will link that video below as well. But this one is the one for January. So obviously it must stay on the shelf, and these can go over here. Wait, no, that's the nonfiction that I've already read. The nonfiction TBR shelf is behind you. So those go over there. And then The Eighth Life. Oh, it's so beautiful and so large and in charge. But you know, that's the perfect January read, because you have the whole year to finish if it lingers. But I don't think this one will, but it is like almost 1,000 pages. So I am buddy reading this with Jacqueline from 6 Minutes for Me, who is approaching Australia. She may already be there as we speak. So I'm going to be reading this with her as she adjusts to life down under once more. So I'm excited for that. And I will link her Goodbye to the Texas for Now video if you want to see that. Then another project that I haven't talked about yet is I found Elle magazine has been doing these author interviews in which the author lists, you know, 12 to 15 of their favorite books in various categories. So they've done at least 2 thus far, maybe more by now. But I happened to come across Jacqueline Woodson's list, and it was just fabulous. Like, just a really brilliant selection of books. Like, there were 4 or 5 that I'd already read that I just loved all of them. There were 4 or 5 that had been on my mental TBR to get to eventually, that I was already interested in, you know. And then there were, you know, 4 or 5 more that just looked really fabulous. So I decided I wanted to make that one of my projects for the year, just to read one of those a month. And then I was chatting with some friends, and Karen from Runwright Reads said, I want to do that too. So we're going to buddy read this list together. So I will link her channel below as well. But the first month, we're going to read Tayari Jones' Silver Sparrow. I've heard good things about this, and I enjoyed American something or other. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's one of those, oh, there it is. An American Marriage. Yeah, it was one of those books that people had varying opinions on, but I actually enjoyed it. So yeah, that's going to be January, and then February is Brother, I'm Dying by Edwidge Dandicat. And I've heard good things about this author as well. So this one will go on my Black History Month shelf for later on. And then another new project. So I keep having these poetry collections that I want to read, and I just never get around to getting the books and getting going on those because other projects keep getting in the way. So I decided to make poetry a project this year. So I didn't want to like burden myself with too many projects because, you know, I don't want to have like 10 books that I have to read every month and not get a chance to read like randomly. So I decided this project would be quarterly. So first quarter is Ocean Vuong's Night Sky with Exit Wounds. And I really wanted to read this because I heard so many people rave about it. And I really liked his first novel, which was On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. I thought that was fabulous. Another one of those books with varying opinions. But I've heard a lot of people really liked this collection. So I'm just going to dive right in. And then the other ones that I have on my mind that I've been meaning to read are Joy Harjo. She's got a memoir and a poetry collection that I've really been wanting to get to. And then Claudia, is it Rankin or Rankin? I meant to look that up before starting the video about it, but then I decided to include it with this video and forgot. So oops, let me know. Is it like, does the silent E make the I say its name? Rankin, I don't know. There's 3 options there. So let me know. I apologize for that one. But she has a new book out, Just Us, I believe. And Citizen, which I've been hearing people rave about since I first got on BookTube. So I have those earmarked. So I need at least one more. And, you know, this project may end up being like bi-monthly because there's so many exciting poetry collections, but at least quarterly. So I need at least one more poetry collection to dive into. And then I'm going to continue with Indie Press Project. So this month we're jumping into Hanford Star, and these are, I think their focus is Asian translations, maybe even just Korean. So this one is North Korea. I got all these several months ago when they were having a half price sale. This one is Taiwan. So I don't know if I'll get to all of these this month, but here they are. This one is Korea as well. And this one is Taiwan. So that's a nice selection. So, I think that's all of the, all. That's, you know, a significant amount of books to get through. And I know there's 12 of the Cuban ones. And I may not get to all of the Cuban ones, obviously. 13, 14, 15, 16. And this one, I don't know if we're going to plan to read it all in January. We may take 2 months with that. So, but I'll get to as many as I can, and I don't know if I'll get to anything else because that's a lot. And let's, I guess, look at my bullet journal real quick. I just wanted to check if I talked about all my 2021 reading goals. So January focus was Cuba. Oh, the BookTube Prize. I'm continuing with that for sure. I think Robert is still taking authors for another few days. Judges for another few days. So if you're interested in that, I will link his announcement below. The long list of potential nonfiction books was thrilling. I'm excited to dig into that. Indie Press Project, Jacqueline Woodson Project, the Book Naturalist Book Club, my poetry project. Okay, mid-month book bash. Stay tuned. That's a little mini readathon idea that I'm going to probably do monthly with my Indie Press Project friends. Hall revisits, yes. So this is the Cart of Chaos. So the bottom two shelves are all of the books that I purchased in 2018 and have not read yet. And then this top shelf is the Tower of Doom from 2017. And then over here, these are my South African. That was my focus for January 2020, and I did not finish those. So I have to find a place to store those. So this is going to be where the Tower of Doom will reside again in 2021. Because that was a lot of fun. So I'm going to do the haul revisits, and maybe we need somebody, was it Joe that said we needed a new name? Like, I don't know, the Pillar of Panic or something like that. But anyway, the TBR controls. So I'm going to continue with that plan to purchase one less book than what I read the month prior. Because that really worked for me, except when it didn't. Oh, I forgot to add, that's the other thing I forgot to do. I forgot to tally up my final. Oh, did I wake you? I'm so sorry. Not. I need to do my final tally, so I'll get that in a minute. And then journal. So I have all of these traveler's notebooks that I'll share with you in another video, but I have a calendar version and a weekly planner version and then a journal version. So I'm hoping to do a little more journaling, either with books, but definitely nature journaling. Oh, I will link, oh gosh, dear me. I'll tell you about that in just a second when I get my mind back. So let me do my tallies and get back to you. Spoiler alert, December didn't really balance, okay? Not really at all. How you doing there, guy? Hey. How you doing? How's that nap going for you? Well, friends, there is good news. The good news is that I've identified my hotspots. You see the red there? So obviously in March and November/December, I have trouble with the self-control. And that makes sense because my birthday's in March, and you know, Christmas, and also planning for the new year. So yeah. And now that I'm more aware of my problematic book buying times. I can work hard to compensate for that by limiting my buying in January/February and September/October. So that will be my plan. On to the not so fabulous news. So I started the year with 251 books on my shelf. And I got all the way down to 222 in October, which, you know, I had lofty goals in October. And then I crept up a little bit in November, but not too bad. And then, yeah, December I took a hit. So I added 21 books to the old physical TBR in December. So I jumped back up to 249, which was not as good as I wanted to do. I really wanted to get closer to 200. I I haven't colored in my, I don't know how many books I read this year either. I gotta be back again. Anyway, so yes, $2.49, which I did reduce the TBR by 2. Like I worked hard all year and reduced the TBR by 2. But then I did inventory. Inventory is really important, friends, because sometimes you miss things and your math's a little off and all of that jazz. So, you know, all the businesses will tell you, you got to do your inventory. So I did my inventory and I had 110 books on my fiction shelf bookcase. I have 59 unread books on my nonfiction bookcase. I have 43 books on the Cart of Chaos, plus the top tier with 38 books from the Tower of Doom, and 8 books in the South Africa stack, which adds up to 258. Yeah, you did that math right. So I actually increased my my physical TBR by 7. So I'm gonna go back and count them one more time just to be sure. I'll let you know if the figure changes, and I'm gonna go in and color in my final squares and get back to you and finish this video. Okay, so I added one more language, Italian. So I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 languages. And I added another country to my map. I colored in Italy. So yay. And then my books for the year, I ended up reading 193, which is pretty solid. So if I can, you know, boost that just a tiny bit and control that a little bit more, they'll meet in the middle. Because my goal is to have as many books on my shelf as what I can read more or less in a year. So, yeah. All right, I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.